All right, welcome back, guys, to another lecture on our series. In this particular lecture, we're going to talk about links. Okay, obviously, links are very important in web development. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to do housekeeping, add a horizontal line to separate our page, and then I'll add a comment and I'll say link. Okay, so let's add some space and let's start. So to create a link, basically in HTML, we use the A tag. So A simply stands for link. Okay, and then okay, I think I should probably write it out. So we always start with our pointy brackets, and then we have the A tag. Okay, and then I'm going to close. Okay, so basically the link has this A opening tag and closing tag. Okay, so between the opening and closing tag, I'm going to say click me. Okay, all right. So this is what the user sees on the browser. Okay, now the next thing is we are going to tell this link where we want to take the user when the user clicks on the link. So to do that, we need to add an attribute, and that attribute is known as href. Okay, so remember, our attribute always has a name and a value. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so href equals to, and then within our double quotes is where we insert where the location we want the user to go to. Okay, so I'm just going to say https, okay, and google.com. Okay, and then I'll save. Now let's refresh our page, and as you can see, there's a link just at the top here and it says click me. So I'll click it and let's see what happens. Bam. So it takes us to google.com. So essentially, very easy. That's how you create a link in HTML. Your A tag, of course, the A opening and closing tag, a text within, and then the href attribute to tell the browser where you want to take the user. Now, I'm going to give another example. So I'll just say A tag, and this time I'll be faster. Now, supposing I wanted to um, redirect the browser to another page on my server, for example, or I know I've created 3 pages here. So my first web page, component, and structure.html. So I'm just going to go to my first web page and I would open. Okay, basically what I did here is this is what your code editor should look like normally. So I'm going to click on this first tab here, okay, the Explorer, okay, and then the files I'm working with will be here. If for any reason you don't find all the files you are working with here, then click on File and Open Folder, then locate your HTML folder and open it, okay. So, but I have all the files I'm working with here. So basically, I want to open my first page.html. So I'm just going to right click and say review file in File Explorer, or reveal in File Explorer rather. Okay, it will open the file and I'll be able to just double click and open my page. All right, so I'm just going to close this up. So basically, I have 2 pages open up here, and what I want to do is I want to add a link that will direct me to this my first page.html. So now let's get to it. Okay, so basically I'm in structure.html and I'm going to say first page. Okay, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say my first. So as I started typing, it showed me the page I have in that directory, so I'm just going to click on my first page.html and I'm going to save this. Okay, so now let's refresh. Okay, so you see now that we have 2 pages, so 2 links rather. So the first is click me and we know it goes to Google. By the way, if I hover my mouse on the click me, just at the bottom of the browser, okay, at the bottom left, the link address there. So it's saying https google.com. Now, if I hover on first page, as you can see at the lower end of the browser, there is some, directory and my first page.html. So I'm just going to click on it. And as you can see, it automatically takes me to welcome to my first page.html. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. Right now, there are two things I need to draw to your attention. In this first link, we had the full address. In other words, we had a full website, while in the second link, we just linked to a page on the same folder, a page within the same folder, rather. This first example is known as, I'm just going to put a comment and say it's known as absolute link. Okay. While the second example is known as relative link. Okay. Remember, our comment doesn't show up on the page. So absolute link, relative link. All right. So we've looked at links, but then there's one thing you may have noticed on, when you surfing the web and all of that, visiting websites, and that is that sometimes when you click on a link, it opens up in a new tab. Okay, so let's see how we can achieve that. For example, if you don't want a user to leave your website when they click on a link, so basically to achieve that, we need to add another attribute. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the first google.com and I'll give a space and say target. Okay, and of course, attribute has a name and a value. So the name is target and the value, which is on the right side of the equal sign, and within double quotes, the value of the target this time will be underscore blank. Okay, now this attribute we wrote here simply tells our browser to open the link in a new tab. So I'm going to refresh the page first, and then I'll click on the click me. And as you can see, it opens Google in a new tab. All right. Basically, before we round up this lecture on links, I'm going to show you how to make a link out of an image. Okay. So first off, basically the same thing. Essentially, I'm just going to copy this so that I don't have to type again. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay. This time I would delete the text in between the tags and I'll say img image tag. Okay, so having written the image tag, of course we know that the image tag has a source and an attribute. Yeah, so I'm going to say the source of the image tag would be, remember I have image folder, so basically let me show you my image folder. So there's an images folder here, and within the images folder I downloaded a small image. Click me. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use as my link. Okay, now let's open back up our code editor, and this time I'll say images, to locate the folder / clickme.jpg. Okay, and then if there is a poor internet connection, I'll just want the image to display click me. Okay, so ideally it should display something like the website where it's leading your user. Okay, so basically this is how you make an image a link. So let's save and refresh the page. Okay, so we have this image here. I think I maybe want to separate, add a line break somewhere here. So I'll say horizontal rule tab. Okay, so let's refresh the page, and of course we have the click me. Now if I click on this link, this image rather, see it opens the page, so my first web page. Okay, so let's go back. So that's how you make an image into a link. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you is I'm going to add a horizontal rule again to separate. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to have a send email link that actually opens up an email. Okay, so same we have our link tag, so a tag, and I'm going to say send email. Okay, so let me just save this and refresh the page. Okay, so basically we have send email here at the bottom just below the image. Okay, so send email, it doesn't do anything yet because we've not added any rule. So within the href tag, what we want to do now, we want to add a value and say mail to. Okay, in other words, we want to send a mail to someone, right? So I'm going to say colon, and I'm going to write the email of the person I want to send the email to. So I'm going to say example at email.com, and that's it. So I'll just save. All right, so now let's refresh our page and see what the mail to does. So basically, when you click on this mail to, and opens it up, okay, in a bit to send an email. So I'm going to click on it, and okay, so it's telling me how do I want to open this link. So basically, it has already selected my mail app on my desktop computer. So if it was on a phone, it probably is going to open the Gmail app or something. So, but I don't want to send an email, so I'm just going to cancel it. Okay, so that's how you send an email. You make a link, like an email kind of link. So the next thing I'm going to show you, so I'll just add a horizontal rule and tab. The next thing I want to show you now is how to make a phone number clickable. Okay, so like a phone number link. So if a user clicks on the phone number, for example, on the mobile phone of the website, it opens up the caller, true caller or something for the user, and your number appears there, and the user can just call you immediately. So same, we're going to create a link, and this is what it's going to look like. So here would be maybe something like your phone number. So maybe something like 0, just gonna add a dummy phone number. So your phone number should be something like this, depending on where you are anyway. But then within your href tag, you want to add this value tel, okay, and colon. Then you want to add your number. So in this case, I'm just going to say 234. So that's the country code, 70, then 765. So essentially, it's your phone number. Basically, you're adding the 656. Okay, but in this case, you don't need to put any space. You can just type everything together. Okay, and you can even add a plus if you want to. So I'm going to save it and refresh the page. So my number is there and it's clickable. Well, this is not a mobile phone, so if I click on it, I don't expect to. But if you had a mobile phone and you opened this page on your mobile phone, when you click on this, it will open up your caller and make a call to whoever it is you want. So basically, these are the areas I want us to cover when talking about links. So in like a recap, we looked at absolute links, okay, and then we looked at relative links, where we are just linking to a page within our folder, and then we looked at how to make an image a link, okay. So we surrounded our image tag with the link tag, and then we looked at how to send an email using a link, and then how to link up our phone number on our website. So that's a lot we've covered in a very short lecture. So thank you so much for watching this lecture. Make sure you practice this, and see you in the next one.